So we're going to do a quick little reading, see what pops up. I am hoping to put this one on TikTok. We shall see. It's on the bottom of the deck again. Time to yourself. Support. Whatever it is that your inner child needs, the healing, the love. Okay, yeah, so we have the High Priestess card, the Tower card, the Four of Swords card, which was the card that I said keeps getting at the bottom of the deck, and we also have the Ten of Swords card. So what I feel like for some of you and for some of us is that we are truly coming into this moment where we are actually able to not just mentally put ourself and our healing and our love at the forefront of our lives, but there's also a physical representation of that, right? Like some of us may have friends who are also doing the same thing. Some of us may have family members and or friends who are encouraging us to heal at a healthy level, or encouraging us to heal ourselves, so that way we can move forward and we can heal things that way. You know what I mean? However, there's a lot of doubts, there's a lot of fears, there's probably some perceptions about taking care of yourself, about some may view it as it being selfish, right? That may have been what you were taught from a really young age, that if you really care about someone, you put their needs before yours, or you do this for them, you do that for them, right? And while that is true, that also creates not just a trauma bond, but it creates a codependent relationship, right? There could be trauma associated with it. That doesn't necessarily mean that there will be, but more than likely it creates a codependent relationship, or it puts that person who is forced to ignore parts of themselves into a codependent mindset. Now we are having some sort of tower moment here that is going to not necessarily influence this newfound journey or this newfound process in your life that you're going through, but what it's going to do is it's going to sort of push you towards it, right? It's going to give you opportunities and signs to say that it's something that you need, but then you're going to turn around and there's also going to be negative aspects of it too, and that's where your doubts and your mindset's going to come into play. The reason I say this is because the High Priestess card is about the things that we don't see within ourselves, that we don't let others see within ourselves, right? You are coming into a time where you are truly one with yourself. There you go, kitty. You are truly coming into a moment in time where you are one with yourself. And again, we also have the Devil card here, which again speaks to your temptations, it speaks to your fears, it speaks to not necessarily your doubts, but I am going to read what it actually has in the book for you. And then we also have the Star card here, which was also part of it when I split it to go shuffle it. So with the Star card and the Devil card both out, I feel as if that majority of your life you've been told that the things that you are interested in and the things that you are drawn to and the little mysteries of the world that intrigue you, right? Those things you were probably made to have some part of them be something that you should hate about yourself, or something you should repress about yourself. That's what I feel like, and that now you're coming into the moment of, hey, not everything is bad, right? Just because something is seen in a negative light doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? For instance, the thing that's popping into my head is BDSM, right? You wouldn't think that somebody who was essayed or abused would be into those things, and yes, it does kind of mess with my head a little bit, but that's where I know that there needs to be that healthy relationship there with something, right? Anyways, I went off topic. So we're going to read what MJ Colin says about the Devil card, because I keep feeling like I'm missing something. since I've seen it so much, like literally every time I mess with my cards, this card has been coming out, and I just don't know why. You know what I mean? Like, I know that it's for me because the readings that I do are meant not just for me, but for an energy that I will experience at some point within a certain time frame. At least that's how I picture it in my head, right? Okay, addiction, bondage, temptation, violence, and the element is earth. Perched in the middle of a river of blood atop his latest prey, the devil is disinterested in the lives that he has destroyed. His presence can be cold and dark. At times, to catch his prey, he channels his charming nature and allows the unsuspecting victim to willingly follow, only to discover later he has taken their joy and replaced it with despair. Chained, yet able to free herself if she sincerely wishes, is a little bird symbolizing purity and a free spirit that has succumbed to the forces or forceful demands of the devil. This card can mean that there is an addiction that is preventing you from finding real freedom and happiness. It may also indicate a fear of change. This card points out that the chains that have you bound may be by your own creation. For some of you, it may mean that you are no longer blinded by the materialism and overindulgences of the devil. You are able to free your mind and body from the shackles that kept you from realizing your real potential. Ha! Interesting. Right underneath that devil card, we have the Three of Swords, along with the Eight of Swords, which not only speaks to a third-party relationship, whether that's friendship, just some kind of third energy that was created, right? Like, to be honest, okay, so, hi, my name's Felicia, right? Cool, whatever. Me and my husband, we're together, right? Cool, whatever. We have an energy, right? But me and my best friend, her and I also have an energy. That would be like a third party, right? Because sometimes things that she does influences me. Like if she's had a really bad day, or you know, if she's just feeling really down in the dumps, I kind of start to feel like that. And I feel like sometimes I need that. It allows me to, when she feels certain emotions for some reason, it allows me to connect to things that I thought I had forgotten, or other things like that. But anyways, that's beside the point. I was explaining what another energy was. You get it? Awesome, cool, whatever. And then we also have the Ace of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. So okay, and then on just the opposite side, under the Star card, we have the Six of Swords, the Two of Swords, the Magician, and the Judgment card, with a few more major arcana cards after that. These are the two halves of your soul, what your soul feels like. So your lower self, right, your I don't want to say your lower self, but your lower frequency, your lower vibration, your younger soul aspect of yourself, so to speak, right, feels one way. They feel like they're trapped, like they're part of their interests, and their their interests lie somewhere else, right? They imagine things somewhere else. Sometimes they daydream about other things, other beings, other people, right? The Ace of Swords speaks to your action, whether or not you're going to incorporate that, whether or not that part of your inner self, that part of your subconscious or your unconscious is going to act on it. Hence the Wheel of Fortune card, which would bring us to another repeating cycle of possibly the same emotions, the same experiences, the same type of learning environment, right? Whereas on the other side, we have over here the Six of Swords and the Two of Swords. So that speaks to traveling. That speaks to a decision that is to be made. Let me double check with the Six of Swords, but I'm pretty sure that is a traveling one. He has lost a few feathers, but his sacrifice has made for a chance to rebuild and start over. The Six of Swords denotes a time that you will require you to cut your losses and begin anew. Yeah, this decision will not come easily, and there. Okay, yeah. So this part of you feels like you just need to start over. Not necessarily the flight aspect of fight or flight, but it's more of like, is any of this worth it? Is the growth that I've done, does the environment around me match that? Does the environment around me match where I am currently measuring my frequency at? Okay, I realize I said that off, but that's fine. The Two of Swords speaks to your decision, right? Whether or not you're going to follow one path or you're going to follow another. So that truly speaks to that decision. Are you going to let go and start anew, or are you going to continue to stay where you're at and work at it? Because while energy is fluid, oh, there's a piece of my hair in my eyeball. While energy is fluid and we can travel, so to speak, around and determine where our life leads, there are still moments where you are more than capable of turning your surroundings into your dreams, into your manifestations, into what you want, right? It just requires focus and work and dedication and patience, right? That's where the Magician, the Judgment card come in. Is it are you going to work towards it? Are you going to learn everything that you've known and help others around you? Are you going to use everything that you've learned to not just enlighten yourself, but continue to raise the vibration of everyone around you? Because there are certain people, there are certain ones of us who have the ability to raise the vibration of the surroundings around us. When we reach a certain level, or when we are vibrating at a certain frequency or at a certain intensity of that frequency, we are able to influence the space around us. Hence other people, which is why some of us, that's why some of us are so sensitive to other people's feelings, because we're detecting that slight change, because we can change and quote unquote control the vibration around us. I hope that makes sense, and I hope this resonated with you guys. At the top of the deck, we have the Three of Wands card, which speaks to following your dreams, following your manifestations, your destiny, your just following your heart, right? You know where you're going. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope it resonated, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.